So before we begin, we just quickly review, okay, the methods that we mentioned last time. So for factoring, depending on the type of questions, okay, you use different methods, okay? So first one is factor by GCF. Remember, you need to check it at the beginning, right? And also at the end of the questions when you finish, just to make sure there's no GCF still left inside the brackets. Okay, you need to take it out. And then after you've done the GCF, if there are 4 or more terms, then you will use grouping. Okay, so grouping, you put them into little groups, right? Either groups of 2 by 2, right? Or 3 by 3, depending on number of terms. And then last time we stop at formula. The formula we're using is the difference of squares. Okay, so you use it when there are 2 terms and make sure in the middle is subtracting. Okay, so there's one question in the homework that's not subtracting. So you could factor a negative out, okay, or swap the order, okay, to make it subtracting. So let me see if we have something like, okay, we can, for example, like this one, okay. Suppose, right, question 3A. If the question they give you as 36, right, negative 36 plus x squared, right? They give you something like this. It's 2 terms, but it's not subtracting in the middle. So you could swap the order, right? So rewrite it as x squared minus 36. Then it become subtracting in the middle, okay? So if you are, even if you swap, it's still no subtracting in the middle, then probably you cannot use the formula, okay? So probably it's not factorable. You try other methods, okay? Maybe GCF. So let's move on to, let's do a few more, okay, on this part. So the formula says, right, it needs to be something squared minus something squared, right? So we put it in brackets, right? And then first bracket, you have x, second one is 6. So once you figure that out, the triangle is the x, circle is the 6. So you get 2 factors. One is plus, one is minus, and then you just put the x at the front, the triangle at the front, right? This is the triangle, and then the circle at the back, okay? 6 and 6, and that's all, okay? Sometimes you need to take GCF out first, okay? Otherwise, you cannot find something squared, okay? For example, like question D. So everyone look at question D, right? Something squared, right? I do see some people, they see this, okay? And then think about, okay, what square give you 50? And without thinking carefully, they will put 25, right? This is a common mistake. Don't laugh at this, right? People do this all the time, okay? So when you're in rush, especially. So you look at this one, right? Something squared give you 50. It's not possible, right? So you need to take GCF, check the GCF, right? Whenever you begin a question, see if there's GCF. So Eric, do you see the GCF in this one? Question D. Eric, what's the GCF for D?
Is it 2?
2, yeah. So what's left over?
The biggest number I see is 2.
Then what's left
25 and negative 9x squared.
Yeah, 25 minus 9x squared. So now if you look again, right, the first term is possible to square root it, right? Second one as well, okay? Then we can rewrite it. Or just keep in your head, right? In your head, you remember the triangle is the 5 and the circle is the 3x, right? 5 squared is 25. 3x squared, right, is 9x squared. Then you just continue write the factors. Okay, 1 is plus, 1 is minus, and then you get 5 at the front. That's the triangle part. 3x at the back. Okay, so basically you just make sure you check GCF all the time. Okay, and then sometimes they will mislead you, right? Making it both of them possible to square root, but there's GCF inside. Then if you just start writing out the formula, using the formula, then you it's not completely factor. Okay, so the key word is factor completely. Okay, you need to make sure at the end, right, you check again, right, even if you forgot, right, GCF at the beginning, if you check at the end, you can still save it, right? So I'll let you guys finish all the way, okay, because all these are similar. So all the way to L, okay, so probably take about 10 minutes, okay, and then we'll check answer. Each one of you will get a chance to show your answers, okay? So raise your hand if you finish up to L. Last one, a little bit tricky, okay? Make sure you need to factor completely, okay? So you guys can start now. So remember to raise your hand when you finish the whole page here. Okay, let's check the first few questions first. Aaron, what's your answer for B?
So first the brackets 3 subtract 4x and you end bracket.
Okay, 3 plus 4x. Yeah, that one's a pretty straightforward one. And then Brennan, C.
Bracket 4 minus 7x and bracket 4 plus 7x.
Yep, very good. Colin, E.
2x plus 5x minus 5.
Yeah, so this is the one that you have to take GCF out, right? So on the step before, you can take the 2 out, then you're left with x squared minus 25, okay? Before you apply the formula. And Eric, question F.
I wasn't really sure about this one because I skipped it and then did the other ones that I could do
For
quickly.
F, do you see GCF?
I think it's just 2, but I didn't check it yet.
Then let's do it. Then we'll take the 2 out and we'll see, right? What's left?
25 and 49.
25x squared, right? Minus 49y squared. So if you want to see if 2 works or not, you take it out first and you look at the inside, see if there's any more GCF, right? Because once the numbers are smaller, it's easier to check, right? So 2549 seems like it's the lowest. So what do you do now, Eric?
You factor it, so it'd be 2 times 5x minus 7y, and then times 5x plus 7y. I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Yeah. Okay. So sometimes you cannot see the final answer right away, but you just take out GCF if there's any, right? Even if it's small, right? If you take out 2 and then inside still maybe, then you see, oh, there's a 3, I can take it out. Then you continue, take out the 3. Then that 3 will join with the 2, make a 6 on the outside, okay? So you can do it in 2 steps if you couldn't figure out GCF right away. Right, so for question J and K, those two, you have fraction and decimals, right? So just leave your answer in fraction and decimals, right? Don't change it. I saw one of you multiply like the whole thing, because in the homework there's one question that has decimals. Multiply the whole thing by 100 to make decimal go away. If you do that, then the question is changed, right? You are making the question no longer has decimals. And then another one is taking out the decimal point by factoring out 1 over 100. Well, I won't say it's not correct, but it's not necessary, right? If you take out 1 over 100, you get 64x squared minus 121. It's still the same, right? Because if you multiply back in, it doesn't change the question, then it's okay. But that's not needed to do that, right? You don't need to take out the GCF like this. You can just work with what you have, okay? So if it's given in decimal, you just work with everything in the decimals. Okay, please raise your hand if you finish the last 6. Okay, 2 more minutes and we'll start going over. Okay, Nathan, what do you have for G?
A and then A take away 7A plus 7.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so this one we can take the A out first and then factor with the formula. Okay, and Yosher, what do you have for H?
Y squared and then bracket 5x minus 3y and then bracket 5x plus 3y.
Okay, yeah, okay. So if we take out y squared, right, at first, then you are just left with 25x squared minus 9y squared. Okay, and even if you forgot, right, even if you forgot to take out y squared at the beginning, at the end, you check each bracket. You will see the y can be factored out from each one. Okay, then you will still end up with the same answer. So either way, you should end up with the same answer. So if you forgot to do GCF at the beginning or at the end, then it's not 100%. Okay. So question I, Sarah, what do you have?
X squared
X squared.
of 5x squared.
Oh, 5x squared. That's it?
Z
Z, okay, yeah.
bracket
Mm-hmm.
5x plus 2
5x plus 2.
y.
Oh, 2y, okay.
5x minus 2y.
Okay, 5x minus 2y. Yeah, so this one is a bit complicated, right? So many letters, right? So you see that you have z and z, and you have the x squared, x to the 4. Those are common, GCF, right? Also for the numbers, right? We can take out 5. So that's why there's a 5x squared z at the front. Then you're left with 25x squared and then minus 4y squared. Okay, so that's how you get the last line. Okay, I think everyone had a chance, right? Okay, let's start with Aaron. Okay, Jay, what do you have?
Bracket 1/3 subtract 2/5 x, and then bracket it's like 1/3 plus 2/5.
Yeah, okay, so this one is just using fraction, right? So 1/3 times 1/3 is 1/9, right? You square root the fraction, okay? So it's the same thing, it's just in fraction form. Okay, question K, Yosher.
0.8x plus 1.1 and then 0.8x minus 1.1.
Okay, so if you don't know the square root of the decimal, then you try it. Try it with the calculator, right? Punch into the calculator square root of 0.64, right? See if it works. Sometimes, like if it doesn't work, then you go back and check, right? Is there any GCF you can take out first, right? The same thing, it's just different numbers. Okay, last one, L. Okay, Colin. What's your answer for this one?
4x squared plus 9y squared and then 2x plus 3y, 2x minus 3y.
Oh, okay. It speaks so fast. 4x squared minus
4x squared plus 9y squared
uh-huh.
and then bracket 2x plus 3y and then 2x minus 3y.
Okay. 2x minus 3y. Okay, so this one is a little bit different, right? It gets 3 brackets. Okay, so at first, right, you can see that this one you can factor, there's no GCF. Okay, so you factor into 4x squared plus 9y squared. 4x squared minus 9y squared. And then don't move on yet, right? You want to double check, no GCF inside, but then this part, the second bracket, is still a 2-term, right? 2-term with a subtraction. okay? So you double check, okay, 4x squared, I can still factor it, right? I can square root it 2x. 9y squared, I can also square root that into 3y, right? So that part, the second bracket breaks down further into 2 more brackets. Okay, so that's why this one deserves a little star. Okay, so make sure when you do the homework, okay, keep checking for GCF, and maybe you can factor even more. Okay, because your goal is to factor completely. Okay, any questions about this part? Okay, Eric, Nathan, are you guys okay?
Yep, I'm good.
Yeah, okay, so let's move on to method 4. Yeah, okay, method 4. So factor by cross multiply, which we learned it already, okay? It's just maybe you learn it differently, okay? The method's different, but then either way, right, your goal is to factor into brackets. So usually you just use it when you see 3 terms, okay? When there are 3 terms. Okay, so I will explain the cross multiply methods, okay, if you guys forgot, if some of you forgot how to do it, I will explain it with an example, okay? So let's say we have 2x, I just make up a random number, 2x minus 3, and then the other one is 5x plus 1, okay? So these two are the factors, okay? We'll go expanding first, and then think about how we can go back, okay, by looking at the results. So if we expand, right, do the FOIL, right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'd like you guys to try it out, finish the expansion, okay, and raise your hand, okay? Please raise your hand when you finish expanding. Okay, Colin, can you tell us what you got?
10x squared minus 13x minus 3.
Okay, thank you, minus 3. So before you get here, right, there's a collecting like term. So if I do it one by one, right, you will have 10x squared and then plus 2x minus 15x minus 3, right? So you expand 4 terms, and then the middle 2 terms combines into the negative 13. Okay, so since there are 3 terms there, the way now we want to go backwards. Okay, we want to see how we can go back and then find the answer. So if you see the right hand side, right, suppose you don't see the 2 factors, you break down, right? When you begin, right, of course you check for GCF, right? Suppose the red box is the question, okay? There's no GCF. If there is, you take it out first, okay? If not, it divides into 3 parts. So you first think about which 2 terms can multiply and make the 10x squared, right? You look at the first one. So there are many possibilities, right? You could use 1 times 10, right? 1x times 10x, 2 times 5, right? So, or negative. Usually at the front, if the front is positive, then you don't use any negative sign, okay? So let's say we pick 2x and 5x, okay? And then you move on to the last one. Two numbers multiply to make -3, right? So, Aaron, what do you want to pick? Which two number multiply be -3?
-3 and 1.
Yeah, -3 and 1. Okay, so now we want to see if these two pairs are the right pair. So what you want to do is you multiply, cross multiply, like this to check, okay? -3 times 5, right? Cross multiply the two numbers, that give you -15x, okay? You can memorize it in the head or write it down on the side, okay? And then you multiply these two, that's 2x, okay? So those two multiplying is like doing this part. -3 times 5, that's this part, the cross multiply, right? And then the 2x times 1 is like this part. Okay, that's the cross multiplying part. So you want to see if they combine together can match the middle one. Okay, so -15 plus 2, it gives you -13. Ah, we are so lucky, right? We got it on the first try. If it doesn't, right, if it doesn't match, you can either swap the number, right? Try 1 and -3, right? If it's something really close, right, you can swap the number, or you can move the sign. You can say 3 is positive, 1 is negative, right? Because this one, it doesn't have other combination, right? -1 and 3, you can swap the sign, swap the number up and down, right? Then that will change the result, right? So you want the one that works. So now we got the one that works. When you write the answer, remember you don't write the answer with cross multiply. You write the answer horizontally. Okay, so your first bracket should be 2x minus 3. Okay, if you look at the left side. First bracket is the first line. Okay, second bracket is the second line. Okay, so that's how you can get the two brackets. All right, so this is a little bit of guess and checking, but once you have done enough, right, you can do the checking in the head instead of writing everything out. And then you just modify along the way, right? Sometimes you get really close, you just swap the number, then you get the right pair. So I'll demonstrate one more, maybe two more, okay? And I'll let you guys complete the rest. So question 8, right? X squared, I can do x and x, right? So you're sure? What about 8? What pair do you want to try?
4 and 2.
4 and 2, okay? So this one, we can do it right in the head, right? X, cross multiply, 4x, it matches the middle nicely, right? But when we write the answer, we go horizontally, first bracket, second bracket, okay? So your answer is x plus 4, x plus 2. And then that's all, okay? And make sure you double check again, any GCF. If not, okay, we'll move on. Let's do something a little bit harder, okay? Let's look at G. So a little bit harder means there could be GCF, right? So let's take a look. We have GCF here, Brennan.
No, you divide it by 5, right?
Yeah, we can take out
5a.
5a. Yeah, any more?
Is 135 divisible by 15?
15, or we got to try, right? You can try now.
Yeah, okay, I guess 15.
Oh,
15a. You factor out 15a. Yeah.
Okay, then can you tell us what's left?
3a. squared.
3? We took out 15 though.
3. Yeah, 3. Oh, sorry. Just a squared
A squared
plus 6
6
AB. 6 AB plus 7 9 B squared.
9b squared. Okay. Yeah, that's about right? You can double check it again, right? Inside the bracket, see if there's any GCF still left, right? If there's something, right, you continue take out, right? You can also double check by multiplying back in, right? You multiply in, see if you get the original question back, okay? If it doesn't, right, that means something you divided wrong or something. Okay, so that's now we look at the 3 terms. Okay, see if it's possible to factor furthermore, right? So a squared, of course, is just a and a. Okay, for 9b squared, Nathan, what do you want to try? What pair do you want to use for 9b squared?
9b squared, like I think it can only just be 3b and 3b.
3b and 3b. Okay, so let's check if it works. We cross multiply, so that gives you 3ab. Cross multiply again, 3ab, right? So they need to add together to match the middle, right? So they do, right? 6ab. So once they do, then these two are the 2 brackets, okay? So remember to write down the GCF that you took out at the beginning, right? That's part of the answer. And this one has 2 brackets are the same, right? So you could simplify your writing, just put a square on the outside. Okay, so that's all, right? So that's all you need to know. Just combine with GCF, make sure you double check beginning and at the end. So there are, what, how many? 7 questions for 7 of you, okay? So I'll let you guys finish. Please raise your hand, okay? And then we'll check the answer when all of you are done. Okay, does anyone have questions? So far, 4 people have finished.
Jason,
Yeah, Nathan.
I sort of screwed up on all the answers because I sort of did the wrong thing, so I have to redo all of them now.
All of them? Oh, which one? What
s-
kind of mistake?
I put the signs wrong. I like for this like for B, I put x squared plus 5x instead of negative.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have to. Okay, it'll be like 5 minutes, I guess.
Yeah, okay, no worries. Okay, so remember when you write the answer, is horizontal, okay? But then for checking is cross multiply, okay? Checking if it's the right pair is cross multiply. Okay, I will start going over the first few ones, okay? So Brendan, what's your answer for B?
X minus 7 bracket x plus 2.
X minus,
7 and then x plus 2.
okay, thank you. Yeah, so the pair, right, X and X, and I think we use a -7 and 2, right? So that one works, very good. Okay, Aaron, next one.
Bracket a subtract 5, another bracket a subtract 6.
Okay, so you use A and -5 and -6. Sarah, question D. Okay, sorry, can you say one more time? 3?
3x plus 5,
Yeah,
2x plus
2x plus 3, right? Okay, so let's check the pairs, right? So we have 3x and 2x, and looks like you use the 5 and 3. So if we cross multiply, that give you 10x and 9x, which matches to 19, okay? Okay, question E. Question E, Colin.
3 bracket 2x plus 1 x minus 2.
2x minus 1 and 3x plus 2. Yeah.
2x plus 1 and x minus 2.
Oh, okay. 2x plus 1, 3x minus 2. Okay. So let's check the, looks like you got the GCF first, right? So 3 comes out, left with 2x squared minus 3x minus 2. And then you use 2x and 3x, right? And 1 and -2. Okay, so let's see. That give you -4, right? -4x plus 3x. That doesn't match.
Wait, no, it's just x.
Which one just x?
It's not 3x, it's just x.
Oh, just x. Okay, so only x. Okay, that's better. Okay, so now it should match. So -4x plus an x, that give you -3x. Okay, very good. Okay, Eric and Nathan, are you guys done?
I'm on.
I'm almost done.
Almost on. Okay. Right, Yosher, can you tell us your F?
2 bracket a plus 3b and then bracket 3a minus 2b.
3a minus
2b.
2b, okay, right? So once again, we have GCF. So 2 taken out, you get 3a squared plus 7ab minus 6b squared. So based on your answer, it looks like you pick a and 3a, right? Let's see if it works. And then 3b and negative 2b. So if you cross multiply, that gives you 9ab. 9ab minus 2ab, that's 7ab. Yeah, looks good. Okay. And you double check inside the brackets, no more GCF.
I have H, Jason.
You're on H?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
finished H.
Okay. Okay. How about you tell us H then?
Is it like x squared plus 5, x squared take away 3?
X squared plus 5, x squared take away 3. Okay, so let's see. This one has no GCF, right? So you just go right away into the cross multiply. So it looks like you use x squared, right? And then you use the 5 and negative 3. Yeah, that should work, right? Give you 5x squared there, negative 3x squared, add together is 2x squared. Okay, very good. Okay, Eric, when you finish I, let us know, okay? We'll check answer for I.
I'm not really sure about this one.
For I,
Yeah.
you have
Wait,
GC.
never mind. Is it x plus 2 and x plus 3 times 5x squared?
X plus 2, X plus 3, and then what? Can you keep your mic on, Eric?
Yeah. Is it x plus 2y times x plus 3y times 5x squared?
So 5x squared is the GCF.
Yeah.
Okay, let's check, okay? So 5x squared, we take it out, then you should be left with x squared plus 5y squared, right? And then plus what? 6y squared. Is that right? But there's no x squared. X squared is not GCF, right, Eric? Eric, can you keep
Yeah, I'm listening.
keep your mic on, Eric? Eric,
Yeah.
yeah, don't turn off your mic, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, x squared is not GCF. You cannot take x squared out.
Oh, really?
Not every term has x squared, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So what's the GCF?
5.
Just 5. Then what's left?
So it would be x 4 plus 5 x squared y squared plus 6 y 4.
Plus 5 what? Can you say again?
5 y squared. I mean x squared plus y. X. I don't know. 5 times x squared times y squared,
Okay, and then
and then 6 y 4.
okay, and then we will start from there to the cross multiply thing.
So would it just be x squared and x squared on the first side,
Okay,
and then on the other side it'd be 2y squared and then 3y squared?
and 3y squared. So let's try that
Yes.
out, right? So that will give you 2x squared y squared, 3x squared y squared. Yeah, that matches the middle, right?
Yeah.
So how do you write the answer now?
5 times x squared plus 2y squared times x squared plus 3y squared.
Yeah. Okay, very good. So that's all, right? So you can see, even though the questions, it doesn't really get harder. It's still the same thing. You take GCF out, you do cross multiply. It might look a little bit harder when they have another variable, the y, right? But the idea is all the same, okay? So question I and question G are similar, right? G has A and B, I has X and Y, but then it's still the same. You do the cross multiply. Let's have a break, okay? So if you have question about your school math, you can ask me during the break. And otherwise, I'll see you at 11:25, okay?